Hello there everybody, welcome to the Colour Passion channel. I'm Kim Gow from Colour Passion. In today's tutorial I wanted to introduce you to two brand new colours. You know our beautiful skim milk. Everybody loves it. It's been a real hit. I love it and we decided to bring out actually a version in cream. So we're going to call it Skinny Cream. So I'm going to introduce that to you today. That's got a little bit more of a shimmer to it. Then we have got a brand new metallic, it's just hit, and it is called Rustique. Jackie and I have decided to give it that name because it's beautiful. So hoping you're going to like that one. I decided I'm going to put the gold ebony metallic, I'm going to put that as the base. Then I'm going to put the Skinny Cream over. Then we're going to top with a little bit of the beautiful Rustique and a little bit of the top cell white, maybe to do a little bit of lacing, we'll see. And maybe a little bit of sparkle, we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's go and have some fun and hopefully this will all come together for us today. Okay, here we are back again. I've mixed my resin. I've let it sit for some 25 minutes now and it's up to around 30 degrees. It started at about 20. It's a lovely sunny day, but it's not really super warm. So it just took a little while. You could speed this up, I guess, if you wanted to pop your resin bottles into a warm bath and that would heat it up faster. I wasn't worried. All right, so today we're using the Fast Cure art resin. I've just balanced up my board, which is really, really important to make sure that you don't get things running off in the wrong direction. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pour some resin into each one of these cups. It doesn't matter if I've got resin dribbled on the board underneath because it's all going to be covered in resin shortly anyway. Okay, so just trying to see how much we've got here. 450, that should be fine. All right, so we've got our gorgeous new colour here, which is our, see, you can see it. Okay, so this is the Rustique. It really is a rust colour and it's got that amazing metallic through it. Just beautiful, I just love it. I think it's going to be a real favourite top seller. I'm wiping off the bottom because we don't need very much clearly because it's just going into a little cup. So we don't need a lot at all. So we've only got a fairly small board here anyway. Now we'll do our Passion Top Cell White. Again, we need to give that a good mix. Make sure that it's ready to go. Okay. Again, we don't need very much. Okay. Just want to make sure that it's all mixed up into the resin. Nothing worse than having resin colorants that are not mixed in thoroughly because you can end up with little spots of solid colour. They will never cure. Every time you go to wipe the top, you'll end up with a bit of colour. Trust me, I know, I've had it done. All right, now we've got our Skinny Cream. Please excuse the container. I mixed up some here at home. I've got to go to the warehouse and mix up there and then add it into some of our jars for you. All right, so I'm just giving that a mix up. Now with either the Skim White or the Skinny Cream, you don't need a lot, but I think I need a little bit more than that. Just a little bit, not a huge amount, but I do want a little bit more. Just wipe that because so I can double dip into here. That hopefully should be okay. What I want is when I pull it up into the light and have a look, I want it to be not too transparent. I still want to have a little bit of depth in it, but not a lot. I think that's probably good. I can sort of see it. It's coating the stick, but you can still see a little bit of the wood through. All right, So that's those three colours there. Then what I want to do is, just take this off, and I will wipe that off, clean it down. In fact, whoops, I'll just pop a little bit of alcohol over that to make sure it's all clean. If I've forgotten, occasionally I do, what you can simply do, it will peel off because it's silicone. These are from Temu. I mean, they're really good, and I love using them. All right, so now we're going to, this is our gold ebony metallic, and there's a couple of cups in here, so that tells me probably at least a couple of teaspoons of colorant to give the result of what we want. Just going to give that a mix and make sure again it's all mixed up. This is always so pretty. I go through it, I use so much of it. When the light hits it, you see the gold. It's just beautiful. And that's why I thought, well, with the metallic, the rustique, I thought that could be a good option. And also to show you the skinny cream. Okay, just having a look at that and seeing how that is. I can probably pop a little bit more in actually because the container's nearly empty. So we might as well use up the last bit. Now, I've been letting this sit for a bit because when I'm doing this kind of pour, I actually like to have it so that the temperature is warmer, at least 30 degrees. And I use my thermometer. That's 31.6. Perfect. All right, so what I'm going to do is just pop these other little cups to one side. There. Then what I'm going to do is simply just pour this over. I haven't worried putting a tape around the edge. I just thought I would pour this and then manipulate it with my hands. I love getting a little bit messy. It's something, I don't know, something good about just moving around with my hands as opposed to a spatula. And you can do that. You can do whatever you wish because it'll be your pour. Right, so what I'm going to do here is with this glove, sorry, I'm ducking and diving around that. I can feel the warmth of this, which is lovely. You always get better lacing if you can hold off and get that temperature up a little bit. Okay, and that gold is showing up in the light, which is just lovely. Okay, just going to smooth that over. Just going to get over, then I'm going to run my fingers around the edge to ensure that it is in fact all covering. All right, just around the edge here. Along here. I do love the metallic colours. They are a little bit more expensive. In fact, they're very expensive for us to buy, the basis of them, and then we make up the colours from there, but very expensive, which is why our retail on them is more than just shimmers, because there is metallic in there. And our international supplier charges us like a wounded bull, so they say. But we just can't do without them. Cannot live without them. They are just gorgeous. All right, so I've just run around the edge there. Right. What I'm going to do now is I will few swirls here and there. But what I will do is, once I'm just totally comfortable that all those edges are covered, which I believe they are now, there we go. I'm going to take that glove off and put a fresh one on because it saves time. You don't have to, you can simply clean it off, but I prefer to do it this way. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my heat gun and I'm just going to run it over the top. Just to sort of blend things a bit, burst any surface bubbles that are there at the moment. And why I like to get it sort of to 30 degrees as well is it starts to thicken up and it's not going to sort of pour over the edge. Now, I will just test the temperature of our skinny cream. Come on. Okay, 32.3, which is pretty good. Okay. Now I don't want a lot of this. It's so easy to overdo it. So what I'm going to do is just sort of just put it around in the middle here. Okay, like so. Then I'm going to get the heat gun and blow it. It's amazing how easy this even laces. And I'm hoping this is going to behave itself and level because I did level it all. All right. Okay, there we go. It's just a little bit there. You know what? I think I can probably pop just a little bit more here. Just felt that that was a little vacant area. Let's just pop a bit more on there. I don't want it running over that edge, but if it does, it does, and you know, I can't do too much about it, but I'm hoping that it doesn't. It shouldn't because it's level, right? But look, who knows? I don't know. If you blow it more one way, perhaps that doesn't help it sometimes. Anyway, okay, here's our gorgeous, gorgeous rustic. Let's pop some of that into the middle. Okay. I like to have negative space around it. It doesn't always work because, as I said, resin has a mind of its own. So what I'm going to do there, I think I'll do that, and maybe rather than blow it, yeah, no, I'm going to blow it first, I think. Just going to try and blow it back this way. For some reason it seems to be going that way. I don't know why. Anyway, we'll just blow this a bit. Oh gee, that is so, so pretty. In fact, so pretty, I'm going to put just a bit more. I don't want to overdo it, but it's just so gorgeous. Okay. Gee, that makes me wonder if it's running that way for a reason. I don't know, I'm just going to take these out so that maybe, if it was, it might run back the other way. Because I don't want it to go too far, and it is slipping over the edge there. Gosh. Anyway, okay, it is what it is. Let's continue on. Now, I'm going to put some white on. Okay, and hopefully We'll get some lovely lacing. Oops, the daisies. Fix that. Now, gee, you can see how white that is by comparison to the skinny cream, can't you? All right. Okay, I think I'm just going to leave it at that. As I said, it should be all right. Gee, gee, I do love that. That rustique, that is so gorgeous. Absolutely. And the shimmer that I'm getting in the light is absolutely stunning. Beautiful. Wow. Can't help myself actually. I just want to pop just a little bit more around here, because it is just so pretty, you know, with the white as well, and for that matter for the cream, and over top of the gold ebony metallic. So just on low now with the gun, I'm just going to sort of blend that a little bit. Just to push it over a little bit. All right, I think I'm just going to leave it at that because it's so easy to mess it up. We've gone that way a little bit more for some reason, but we'll still get the effect that I'm sort of wanting. I don't know if I push it down this way a bit. Again, I suppose we don't want to... yeah, I'm quite happy with, you know, how we've got it there. I might just pop just a little bit more white perhaps in the middle here, and just blow that out and see what happens there. Let that come back. Well, it's really interesting, isn't it, how it sort of all pulls back in. Very effective. Okay. So I think I am going to leave it at that. Now, as far as the blowing and things go, what I might do, I'm just thinking out loud here, I might just do a little bit of a swizzle just around this area here. Sort of make that like a focal point. Because I just love this colour so much. It is just gorgeous. Oops, a bit much. I just wanted to swizzle it, but I probably dragged it a bit much anyway. We'll just, can't go wrong. I'm just going to put it a bit around. And just see what happens. Always got to be a bit brave, I think, and just give things a go and see what happens. All right, I'm not going to touch that with a heat gun. I think I'm just going to leave that. But what I am thinking I'm going to do is pop a little bit of our russet colour shift glitter. Not a lot, just a little bit, because it picks up these colours beautifully. Just around the edge there, I'm thinking. It's just, the colour honestly is perfect. So tomorrow we'll have a look in the sunshine, hopefully if it's going to be sunny tomorrow, and you'll see how this colour matches beautifully. Yeah, that's lovely. Really happy with that. I'm sorry it's not more scented. It was supposed to be. I don't know what's happened. It's gone that away. Anyway, I can't do much about that now, unless I wanted to pour some more, but I don't want to overdo it. So I think, you know what, let's just leave it as it is and just see how we go from there. I don't know that I need to put any more glitter out here. I'm tempted to, but as I said, I don't want to overdo it. So I think at this point, I will leave it, let it sit for a bit, and then, oh, that's what I was going to do. Sorry, I've forgotten to show you our amazing Fusion Relax. Now, this is just going to be lightly sprayed, and this will remove all the bubbles on the top, and it will look like a sheet of glass. It is amazing, this product. Do yourself a favour, if you haven't got one yet, and I know a lot of you have, give it a go because it is sensational. We're the only ones in Australia that are the agents for this that you can get it from. So there you go. All right, let's leave it at that, and we'll come back later and tomorrow, and we'll do the reveal. Hello there, everybody. This is the review after our piece we poured yesterday. Not the best techniques, but anyway, you've got the idea. All right, what I want to show you here, isn't this gorgeous? This is this stunning gold ebony luster, and when you look at it, I can't even see it here, but when you go one way, it sort of looks dark, and then as it's full sun, it's picking up all in its glory. Absolutely beautiful. And you've got here, this is, and I just sort of flattened it out with a spatula. This is the new Skinny Cream. Loving it. And coming down here, you can see down here as well, that's the new Skinny Cream. Beautiful. Then on top of that, we had our gorgeous, and you can see here amongst all the sparkles I added as well, but you can see the gorgeous colour of that Rustique. It is really, really pretty. And we had that lacing in the middle there, and you can see the Rustique through that, which is really pretty. So different kind of pour, but you know, it was just a matter of getting it down to show you and introduce you to those couple of colours. A bit of lacing there. But the sparkle is really, really pretty. And you're seeing it obviously a lot more because it's full sun. You can see the full sun reflecting there. Apologies about that. I should have come out earlier actually because it's sort of more midday now and it's right over the top. Anyway, get a bit of an idea. Okay, everybody, remember, if you don't give it a go, you'll never know. So have a look. Shortly, it'll be online for available. That is both the Rustique Metallic Paste and also the Skinny Cream. Okay. Okay, everybody, here we are again. I just wanted to redo the pour because I felt that I didn't really show off the colours enough in the last video, so I just wanted to do this this evening so that I could see you how beautiful these colours are. So we're going to have the Rustique, which is just gorgeous, and the Skinny Cream. These are now in the jars, which, and I made it slightly different from the one that I made at home, and the Skinny Cream is absolutely gorgeous. It's got the most beautiful shimmer, and you'll see what happens when I put it over, I hope so anyway, over the Ebony Luster. That's what we're going to use today. I'm going to put it into this one here and see what happens. The Ebony Luster is like a black with a shimmer through it. It's very, very popular, and very popular in the US for countertops. Stone coat countertops. Ooh, trying to just pour that off a bit. It's very, very pretty. And rather than just have a straight black, because it's got this bit of a shimmer in it, it's really lovely. I've forgotten how lovely it was actually, because I've been using the gold ebony metallic for so long, but I've run out of my container. So I thought tonight we would use this one. I'm trying to get this done so I can show you before I go on leave for my surgery on Monday. So I couldn't leave. I just thought, no, it's beautiful, and I just felt I wasn't in my right mind the other day when I poured it, and I just thought, you know what, I'm running out of time, but I just wanted to do this for you. So there we go. So we've got this gorgeous, gorgeous Rustique, and it's really interesting because when I stir it like that, can you see it sort of loses a bit of its gloss, and then in a few seconds the gloss is back. So We actually have imported this one in, so I don't know what they've put in because we usually mix up all our own colours, but today we received this, and Jackie's very kindly decanted it into jars for us. It's a really, really pretty colour. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? Actually, it would help if I put the light on. I just realised, sorry, the other lights weren't on. Might be able to see a bit better now. Hopefully it's not going to cut over anything. Anyway, there we go. That's better, isn't it? You can see now. Sorry. My brain's not functioning properly. Too much going on at the moment, I'm afraid. That is beautiful. I hope you love it and get excited, oops, as much as I do. And I've just managed to drop that in some pour off. Never mind. Okay, just take that off. Here we go. All better. Nothing like the wet ones, the sugar soap wipes. They are amazing. Right, and Skinny Cream. Beautiful. It's so lustrous and beautiful. It truly, truly is. Spatula here to show you. Look at that. Look at that luster. I added more of the luster when I made it up today. It's just beautiful. All right, let's just pop this one in. I want it so that there is enough that it doesn't overpower and it's not opaque, but it's sort of got like a shimmer to it, if that makes sense. So it's sort of transparent. If I pull it up like that, I can see that it's translucent, and that's exactly what we want, because we want it to have like a smoky effect. So they're the two new heroes. There is Rustique, which is this one, and then we have Skinny Cream. Now, for the month of November, up to about the 25th, I believe Jackie's organising it, you'll be able to get these two together at a special price. So look up that on our website, and certainly if you receive the newsletter, you'll be able to do that. Okay, so here is our Ebony Luster. So what we're going to do, we will pour this over. Just sort of so that it's, I just want to cover the board really with this one and the Rustique. Putting it, come on, come out. This is probably, I don't know, I didn't test it, but probably around 27 degrees now. And it's going to be a coolish night here, so I've actually got my oil heater on just to make sure that it cures beautifully. Okay. Right, put that upside down and let it run down the sides of the container. Tomorrow I'll be able to pull it out and it'll come out clean, and then what I'll do is I will be able to use it again and again. Okay. It's gorgeous, gorgeous Rustique. Now, let's see what we're going to do with this. Probably come down into the holes of where the other one is, I'm thinking. Might be a good way to go. A bit more here as well. And okay, here we are back again. I've left this a good 25 minutes. So just removing this tape, pulling it away from me, and then I'll pop it in the bin. Right. Now, I left it this amount of time because it will drizzle off as opposed to flood off, because there's some really pretty things happening on the top here, and I will still possibly lose some of them, but hopefully it's minimal. Isn't this beautiful? I have to say, I'm so impressed with this pour. The colours are just stunning, and it's just 3 colours. It is the Ebony Luster, the new Rustique, and the new Skinny Cream. There we go, absolutely gorgeous. All right, everybody, hopefully we won't lose too much, and tomorrow we'll have the reveal. Okay, here we are for our reveal for our piece we did last night with a gorgeous new Rustique as well as our beautiful Skinny Cream. Let's go down and see how it's turned out. A little bit did pull off, but otherwise it is stunning. So happy with this, and just this really incredible lacing that happened with the Ebony Luster with the Skinny Cream. Sorry, that sun's reflecting. At least it's a cloudy day, but I've got a little bit of sunshine. Okay, anyway, so we've got some really interesting things that have happened here. I really, really love it. It's unusual. It's pretty, the colours are gorgeous together. And the sparkle, you probably can't even pick it up here very much. I'm just trying to sort of see that there. Look at the sparkle. Where are we? Here. When it hits the sun. Absolutely gorgeous. Really love it. Now, what we're going to do is for the month of November, we're going to have a special offer for you. I had a chat with Jackie this morning, and we've decided to have a special offer of these 3 colours because this is so stunning. So the colours are, Ebony Luster, Skinny Cream and Rustique. It'll be the 3 of them for $34.95. That is amazing value because normally it would be $59.95 if you add them up individually. So it's a really good buy, and that'll be available for the month of November. There we go. Well, I'm really delighted with this. The first one I wasn't sort of so delighted, but that's why I wanted to do a second pour. So hopefully you like this one as much as I do. Just gorgeous. All right, everybody. Well, I'm now signing off for a little bit. As soon as I can get back to doing some pouring after my surgery, I will be doing so. But I'll still be on email. I'm monitoring those. If I can help any of you in any way, please let me know. But remember, if you don't give it a go, you'll never, never know. If I had given up, I wouldn't have created this, and I just love this. It's one of my favourite pieces. All right, everybody, take care. Have a wonderful week ahead. Until next time, I'll catch you on the channel. Bye for now.